Hi, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, with our ongoing workshop dealing with public speaking. We're going to go over and repeat some of the things that we may have said in previous videos, but repetition is the way that we get better. And some of you may have missed some of the previous recordings. So here are my top 10 tips for public speaking. Whether you are a teacher, whether you are a supervisor or a manager, whether you just want to get into this public speaking arena, nervousness is normal. So practice and prepare. All people feel some type of reaction like heart pounding, trembling of the hands when they know they're doing something that they're not comfortable doing. So, nerves are good. Some of the best in entertainment and sports, they get nervous before games, especially the big games. But if we practice, if we prepare on the things we need to be doing, the performance will come a lot smoother. So that's my number one tip. Know your audience would be the next biggest thing. Why are you there? Why did somebody contact you to give a speech in front of this audience, whether it's on a Zoom call or you happen to be live? If you don't know your audience, how can you craft your message where they can get that PowerPoint, where they can get that word of advice, that spark, where they will leave what you say and go and implement it? You have to know your audience so you'll know what to share with them to motivate them. And that's what the person brought you in to do. The next thing is organizing your material in the most effective manner to attain your purpose. So, if I know I'm speaking, I have to create a framework for my speech, like writing down the topic, the general purpose, the specific purpose, the central idea, and the main points. We want to grab the audience attention in the first 30 seconds, but it's up to you to make sure that you make it come alive. We're always looking for feedback. Keep focus on the audience, gauge their reactions. The only way you can do that is to make sure I'm covering the room. I have to look. If it's on a Zoom call, make sure that everyone is on there. If someone you cannot see is on the call, please ask them to turn their camera on. This way, we can adjust our message and stay flexible at the same time. Also, let your personality come through. Be yourself. Don't be afraid of being who you are. No need to change who you are just because of the audience. They want to see 100% of you. And if you're a person that likes to tell stories, use humor, that's great. But certain audiences, we need to make sure that we don't go overboard. A story or some type of humor with the wrong audience can destroy everything that you've built up thus far with that audience. And please don't read unless you have to. In other words, we don't want to have our face looking down word for word. It's not going to work. If you have some bullet points to keep you focused, to make sure you're on task, that's all right. Please use your voice and hands effectively. Omit nervous gestures. There's a big difference from commanding to just being nervous. You can control that if we work on that. How do we do that? By practicing. And we need to grab their attention right at the beginning. And once you grab their attention at the beginning, what are you going to do for the close? How can we put together a dynamic ending that they will remember you and want to hear, read, see more of you? That's up to you to figure out. And if you have any audio visual aids, please use them wisely. There's nothing that irritates an audience more than you have a PowerPoint deck with 20 slides and you only use 10. Why don't you just use 10? Because when you skip over, people are wondering, is that something that I really needed to know? And you just went over it? So be very careful because too much can throw the audience off. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, with our ongoing series of public speaking on our workshop. We hope you got something out of it today. Come on back. We do this every day, free of charge. Maybe the content, maybe something in the video you can pick up and internalize and make it your own. And as always, in parting, you go out and you make it a champion.